Literally. In a land of likes, leggings, and lattes comes a podcast hosted by two basic beings, Becca and Maddie. This is the Basic Bee Podcast.
Welcome back.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice we have a special guest. I can't talk today.
We have two special guests. You're special.
I am special today,
but
I'm feeling it.
This is Rachael.
Hello.
So I was curious, are you a technical bodybuilder?
So technically, by technical terms, my division is not bodybuilding, but what I do is bodybuilding.
Okay.
So my actual division is women's physique, but it is a form of bodybuilding.
Okay.
So you can say I am a bodybuilder, yes.
Okay.
So Rachael is a female bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny how we met. Becca and I were trying to get a picture with my mom for the Target gift card giveaway, which we were having a lot of troubles getting the picture right. And Rachael was at Target.
Of course.
She passed by, took an interest. She wanted us to help. She wanted to help us get the picture right. It was very sweet. And then we just got to talking, and we have a mutual friend, and here she is.
Yes.
It's a miracle.
Yes. She was so generous to come on,
Mm-hmm.
and we really appreciate it.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Well, our set is a little different. Becca and I got out of the closet we usually film in, and we were filming in the gym, but we are both sitting on, what are these called?
Bozu balls.
Bozu balls. Becca and I are on Bozu balls. Rachael is on a bench, for those who are just listening. But I guess we should start with our recent obsessions.
So we just talk about things that we've been obsessed with.
Ooh,
So
okay.
it can be food related. It can be
A show.
a show, anything. So Maddie, why don't you go first?
Okay, so I have been obsessed with eating these little dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's.
Oh, is it Justin's?
No.
Like a white?
That's almond butter, right?
No, they make other ones.
Oh,
Yeah, they make all types.
no. It's just the Trader Joe's. But they're
Interesting.
so
They
freaking
are.
good.
I think I might have had them from Trader Joe's. I've been there quite a few
There's no
times.
Trader Joe's in downtown Indianapolis.
I've never been to
No.
Trader Joe's, so
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
I know I'm totally out of the loop on that.
You can. There's one on the northwest side
Yes.
on 86th Street.
Is that Castleton?
No, that's Michigan Road, 86 in Michigan.
I'm directionally challenged.
It's like it's past Keystone. So if you're like 465, it's the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Not
I
the
need to
nice
go.
way.
yeah.
it sounds like it. If you are obsessed with the candy,
Yeah.
and it sounds like they have other good stuff. So.
It's kind of illegal for you to be a bee and not have been to Trader Joe's.
I know. I just haven't made it over there. I hate grocery shopping though, so any excuse not to
Dude,
do it.
especially there, it's overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it?
It
yeah,
is.
it's like going in Aldi. I'm very overwhelmed in Aldi, especially when I'm only allowed to go one direction at a time.
I know, that's so annoying because I always forget something, so I have to go back.
Yeah, and people like get mad.
Do they? You have to. Is that the place where you have to put your quarter in the cart?
Yes, yes, yes.
So they don't steal it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
There
what's your obsession?
So mine is. So my work has these butterscotch candies.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a little old lady, but I love the butterscotch candies. So that's mine right now.
So we're both obsessed with unhealthy food.
Yeah, as we're recording in the gym with a bodybuilder.
Yeah, these clothes are just for appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's all right. They're for comfort as well.
The athleisure.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, that's why they make it nowadays, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty
for the
much for
Kendall Jenners
comfort.
of the world.
Me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my obsession, I don't know if you guys watched the Netflix show Lucifer.
No, but I know
I've
what
heard
it is.
really good things about it. I need to watch
It
it.
is the last season's out right now. They're not making any more.
Oh no.
Aw.
Yeah, but so far so good. I've only seen 2 episodes. My boyfriend made me promise I wouldn't watch the rest of it. So
Of course.
So you have to wait.
yeah, so that and then anything Marvel puts out. So Hawkeye's coming out soon. So
I need to watch the trailer for that. Have you seen Shang-Chi?
yes, I actually saw it Saturday. So good.
It was so good.
So good.
It
It was such a left field.
I know.
I'm pretty caught up on the Avengers comics and stuff like that. I read them as a kid, but I knew nothing about this character at all.
Me neither.
But it was bad. Can we?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna
you
say
can
it was badass.
It was. It was.
Yeah, it was like the fight scenes, and I don't know if you know this or not, but the guy who actually did it, he did all his own stunts.
No, I did not
Yeah,
know that.
a majority of the cast did all their own stunts, which was super cool because
Yeah.
they do all these really cool like martial art like movies and stuff. It's
like
awesome.
Jackie Chan type.
Yeah, but like think magic with it too.
Yeah, it was really, really neat. And I told my husband, I said, I wouldn't mind going back and seeing it again in theaters because
Yeah.
it was like from the first 10 minutes on, it was like go, go, go. And I'm like, I feel like I missed so much. But yeah, it was really, really good. I was really impressed with it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go see it.
And the actor was really handsome. So
He
that
was.
That helps.
that
He was.
there
very
was
handsome.
several very handsome men in that
Yes.
movie. So
I have to agree.
Mhm.
That
In most Marvel things.
that's true. That's true.
that might convince me.
Yes,
Yes.
they sing karaoke in it, so that should get you there.
It's
Mm.
they have some
Mhm.
as Marvel. It's per usual. They have comic relief and they do
Mhm.
it so well.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So
I'm not into Marvel, as you might have guessed.
I promise you can go and you'll have no idea about anything Marvel, but you'll still enjoy it. I
Okay.
promise.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll
If you
accept
don't,
it.
I will refund your ticket.
Yeah,
Okay.
Her-
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah.
yeah. Her boyfriend really likes Marvel. And
He does.
I'm like, how has he not gotten you into it? Because
Right.
Because he goes and sees it with his friends.
well,
You got Disney Plus. I'm telling you, give yourself like it's
told
longer
her-
than a weekend,
Right.
but give yourself some time and just
Mhm.
go through it, and you'll get hooked. My best friend who lives in LA, she refused to ever watch anything like non-reality.
Mhm.
She's not a very like dreamer type of person.
mhm.
But she recently was like, okay, I'm gonna get into Marvel. And she texted me the other day and was like, so Loki, tell me your things. And I was about the show Loki.
Mhm.
And I was just like, oh my God.
Right.
You know, I just cried a little bit.
There's a regular at my coffee shop who looks like Loki,
That's
and he gets cold brew.
like in a good way.
He has his eyes.
Oh, okay.
That is in a good way then.
He's not that tall though.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was gonna say he's a very Tom Hiddleston, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a very interesting looking male.
Mhm.
Yes.
Very attractive, don't get me wrong, but very unique looking.
It's an unconventional attractive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's how. Oh, there's another one. It's just like, you know, those weird actors that are like you think are cute, you don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
James Franco.
Yes, James Franco, and you're like, no, but at the same
But
time,
yes.
you're like, ah.
No, but yes.
Same with his brother too. Dave is super cute as
Dave
well.
is shorter than James though, so that wouldn't work for me.
Oh, see, I'm 5'3", so everyone's taller than me.
right.
That would be okay.
I think my little sister is taller than me at the age of like 9.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So since you're into Marvel, I have to ask for anybody who else is interested in Marvel. Did you like WandaVision?
Love. Absolutely
Loki,
loved it.
or what was the other one? Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter
Falcon and
Soldier.
Captain-
Which
yeah.
one was your favorite?
I would have to say WandaVision.
Mine too. I loved WandaVision.
I will give it an asterisk. However, for setting up plot, Loki was completely well done, especially for getting into this next phase of Marvel. But WandaVision tugged at my heartstrings.
I know.
I'm actually getting the tattoo of the heart with the V in it underneath
Aw.
my Deathly Hallows tattoo. This is like my little fandom arm. So I get.
Becca loves Harry.
I think we're gonna be best friends
yeah. I
because
actually have two.
I don't know if
two
you
of them.
noticed my purse. It has the Deathly Hallows
Yes.
and the Elder Wand on it.
My boyfriend needs to see that.
You could take a
I
picture
was gonna
of
say
him.
he needs to buy that.
Rachel's boyfriend. It is at Box Lunch.
There you go.
If he wants a purse.
Yes.
There you go.
They have it in brown, white, black, or mine is pink.
And he knows I like black, so
Yeah.
there we go.
So
Daniel?
if you want to, score some points here, I'm helping you out.
There you go. Christmas is coming.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think we probably should talk about Rachel. Because she obviously, like we said, is a bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you should start from the beginning and kind of tell us about your health journey. Like, what attracted you to starting that?
Okay. Yeah. So I actually had a really weird introduction into bodybuilding. So I'm going to date myself a little bit. In 2010, I decided I was going to go to Ball State. I was 300 pounds, graduated from Speedway High School, West Side. I don't know if there's any plugs, but go plugs, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I went to college, and that first semester was extremely hard. I had a terrible roommate. Just terrible situation in general. And I just really wasn't happy, didn't like what I was majoring in. I was actually majoring in telecommunications at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wanted to.
You have a great voice.
Thank you. I wanted to do movies. I wanted to edit movies. And put them
Really?
together.
Wow.
Well, you sound like a radio voice.
I know. Now that I'm listening to myself, I'm like, man, maybe
I'm
I
like,
should get
I could see you being like, you're listening to.
on radio now.
Yes. But okay, so you were into editing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to do something with movies. I love all things cinema. So I actually went to school for that, and my first semester I just hated it. And I remember I actually went home for a winter break, and this is just embarrassing, but I was watching. It was like dead of night. I was watching.
Oh no.
I was watching clips from the Twilight
Yes.
saga.
Yes.
She is a bee.
Oh yeah,
I love
for
that
sure.
one.
Team Edward forever.
Thank you.
course.
Thank you.
Always.
Team Edward,
Always.
100%.
Our
We
Pat-
stand with Team Edward.
I was gonna say our Pat always. Anyway, so I was watching that, and like I remember in the movie it like goes dark for a second, and then it's probably like when they're camping or something. I don't remember. Anyway, so like the screen went dark, and I like looked at my face, and I was just like, I cannot live like this anymore. Like I just hated myself, and so I actually went out. I bought 10 new tennis shoes the next day. Bought some like workout clothes. And I walked in, and my dad was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "They're new tennis shoes. I'm gonna lose weight." My dad was like, "I'll believe it when I see it," because I've said it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "I'll believe it when I see it." I was like, "Okay, bet." So this was January. So I went back, and it was actually funny because right before we went back to school, I texted my roommate, and I was like, "I want to lose weight," and she was like, "Fuck, I was gonna text you and say the same thing." So we got like rid of all of the bad shit in our room.
Wow.
We made a plan. We did an initial weigh-in. I remember that. We set days on the calendar, like what we were gonna do, all of that stuff. So we had it down to a science. I worked out in the basement of Wilson at Ball State for spring semester. And then I went home, just lost more weight, just kind of fell into it. And then when I graduated, I actually met one of my ex-boyfriends. He was a bodybuilder at the time.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was kind of getting into it because I had heard that it was really good for excess skin, which I had because I had lost so much weight. So I was like, okay, well, teach me what you know. And my dad also did bodybuilding and stuff too. So
Oh,
I kind
wow.
of learned from a little bit of everybody. And then in 2017 is where I really started to take it seriously. I got a job in a gym, helping out, doing that stuff. And that was when I was working toward getting my excess skin removed. So I actually got excess skin removal done in October of 2017.
Oh, wow.
So they did a 360, which means I was cut like completely around.
Wow.
They took 3.5 pounds of skin off me.
Holy
Oh my
moly.
gosh.
Yeah. And then I got a BA, a breast augmentation, and then a lift. So I did all of that.
Was
at
that
the
in
same time.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Sando and Acre Plastic Surgery Group. They're amazing. If anybody, they do like facial stuff too and like peels and stuff. Amazing
Well,
place.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yes. And they give Botox and all that stuff. Like they do parties. Awesome people. But went and did that. And then afterward, I kind of had like this identity crisis almost because I'd been working toward losing this weight and like getting this skin off for 7 years at the time.
That was
Wow.
like your peak.
Yeah. And so it was like, what am I going to do? And so the gym that I worked at, they did bodybuilding. And so I was like, well, I can give that a go. I had seen other athletes do it, and I was like, well, I can do that. Like, so I was just like, well, I'll give it a try. And the coach I had at the time was like, well, if you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And I was like, yeah, I got you. So, in summer of 2018, I competed in my very first show at the Indiana State Show, biggest show you can compete in.
Oh my god!
Very first show ever. I won. Hold on, I gotta count. I won 6 awards that night.
Wow.
And I won a
Your
state.
first show.
That's like
Yeah.
Lady
Dang.
Gaga.
Yeah, and I won a state title. So I am 2018 Miss Indiana Women's Physique.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So
Were you nervous?
honestly, it's actually weird. I'm actually an anxious person in real life. Not really, like, not super
Mm-hmm. You
anxious.
seem so
but-
chill.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
With people, it's not as bad. It's just like in situations that I don't know.
Big
Yeah.
crowds.
It's
Yeah.
But when I stepped on that stage, it was completely different. It felt like home. Anytime I step on that stage, I completely change. And I can give you guys a video and you'll see it. It's wild.
yeah, I would love to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. It's just I'm a completely different person.
Mhm.
Anyway, so I competed in that show, won 6 awards, and then 4 weeks later I competed in the Hoosier Flex, and that was in September, and I won 5 awards there. So I was already nationally qualified.
Dang.
So in bodybuilding, if you want to go to the next level, your next level is a national level show. So you have to become nationally qualified to be able to do a national level show.
Okay.
What that means is you place first in your class or win your class or overalls.
Okay.
So you basically win is how
Yeah.
you become nationally qualified. And some places do like top 2. Some places only do top 1. Anyway, so I got qualified for nationals, and then I decided to do the nationals in Miami in November of the following year, so 2019. So
Ooh.
I went down to Miami in November. It was actually awful because no, the trip was great. It sucked because like Miami, oh my god, and here I am, I'm like half dead, like maybe 9% body fat at the time.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
yeah,
Didn't get to enjoy it.
Oh no, I was dead. I was dead the whole time. So that's where that kind of sucked. I was dead the entire time, but it was a blast because that year I placed top 2 and became a IFBB pro
Oh
That
my
is
gosh.
insane.
in 3 shows.
And so, like, this was all within like a year and a half.
Mhm.
That is insane.
Yeah, I was on a surgical bed in 2017 and winning my pro card in 2019.
That's insane.
So you weren't doing bodybuilding type things before the surgery?
No, I was. I mean, I was doing lifting and stuff like that,
Okay.
bodybuilding. I wasn't posing. I wasn't planning on. Actually,
I see.
I thought bodybuilding was or like competing. I'll separate the two. Bodybuilding is just the sport. I would say competing's way different.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So, I didn't even consider competing until 2017, until after I had the surgery.
Wow.
Was your recovery pretty rough or was it easy? You
Oof.
think?
It was easier than what some people go through.
Okay.
So what I actually got is called a mommy makeover, believe it or not. So
I've heard of that.
Yeah, this happens to a lot of women who have a baby. What happens is when you have a baby, your abs expand. When you're fat, like extremely overweight, fat deposits will sit in between your abs and actually separate them. So people who are extremely obese have to do what they call is a zipper effect, which is where they basically like zip up your abs to make them tight again. So because I was young and I hadn't had kids and I had been working on losing weight, doing core, running, stuff like that, I actually didn't have as much invasive.
I see.
Yeah. It was weird because my doctor was like, you have really beautiful abs. And I was just like, that's awkward. That's weird. He was like, I only messed with your bottom one because I had to put your belly button back. And I was just
my
like,
gosh.
yeah, so the belly button I have now is not my original. Well, technically, yes, but the hole that I have is not my original hole.
Wow.
It's not somebody
Yeah.
else's belly button.
No, not somebody else's belly button.
Okay.
It's not the one I was born with.
That's so interesting. You should have just asked for no belly button.
Right. I mean, it would have looked really weird. It still,
You might not have gotten
weird.
that national
It
title.
looks kind of weird though. It doesn't look like a real belly button.
Oh yeah. It doesn't have like a bottom.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so you can tell that it's not like a real belly button. But
Right.
you can also tell that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that you had the skin surgery.
Mhm.
What was your diet like when you started knowing you wanted to compete?
Okay. So yeah, like when I wanted to start competing. So basically, it was pretty much what I was already eating.
Mhm.
The only difference was I didn't really do a bunch of measurements, and with bodybuilding, you have to measure to a T.
It's like modeling.
Wow.
Yeah, only when you're prepping. Off season, unless you are one of the big guys at the Olympia, one of the big chicks, any of the pro Olympians like Ian Vayer, Chris Bumstead, all of them, they're on 24/7. Like me, I mean, I have a meal plan right now. I maybe stick to it about 80% of the time
Right.
in my off season, just because one, it makes me feel better, but two, like I also allow myself the freedom to enjoy food again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because during prep, you start to hate food. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's awful. Especially
Yeah.
like I hate fish, hate it. But
You
I
do.
normally have to eat it for like a month straight.
Oh my gosh.
You don't like fish at all?
No, I hate it.
I
Hate
don't
it.
like fish either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
That
I'm
is so
I'm
sad.
slowly getting into sushi, but like it's all the bad sushi because
Yeah.
it's like the
Mhm.
fried stuff.
We were
so,
just talking about sushi. I love sushi.
I don't like sushi.
yeah.
That's so interesting. Well, so you're force feeding yourself fish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
6 times a day.
Oh my gosh.
6 times.
Yeah, there was no eggs toward the end or anything like that. Just fish and asparagus.
Could
Oh
you
my
eat
gosh.
rice at all or no?
Nope.
So it was just protein,
Protein. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
and vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean that's like extreme. I mean this sport is extreme.
Right.
Like you
Mhm.
you go into it knowing it's going to suck. Like
Yeah.
but that's
Why it's competitive.
right. That's the good part about it. It's all about discipline and it's
Yeah.
really it honestly is kind of like golf. It's
Mhm.
a competition with other people, but it's a competition with yourself more so than anybody.
Yeah.
Every
Hmm.
time I get on stage, I want to be better than the last time I got on stage.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's essentially what, wellness, physical wellness is. If you're in it for that type of sport, it's you have to be bigger, better every single time.
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of answers my question because I was going to ask, like, what percentage is dieting? What percentage is like? I felt like working out was a huge part of it, but to hear you eat fish 6 times a day, it seems 50-50 almost.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like once you're 2-3 weeks out of a show, you're eating literally just to fuel yourself to the next food.
wow.
But that's, like I said, that's extreme.
Mhm.
For a lifestyle, like, I eat maybe 4 or 5 times a day, nothing too extreme. But in prep, when you're prepping for a show, when you're serious about a show, each meal you eat down, especially as you get closer and closer to stage and the leaner and leaner you get, you really have to, like, your meals, you have to be on time with them. You have to be in sync with them because it could be the difference between you passing out and you being okay.
Yeah. Wow.
So you didn't
Yeah.
have any energy when you're close to competition.
Oh no, you're dead.
Do you dehydrate yourself like a day before? I've heard that, right?
That's a thing. That's actually not really a big thing that people do very much anymore. I
Oh.
mean, you pull water
Mhm.
that day, but I have my athlete drink about day before I'd have him drink about a half gallon.
Okay.
It's all about when you stop drinking it.
I see.
So the science of what they call like the prep part of
Mhm.
where you're getting on stage to the peak, it's so scientific because your body, your metabolism is running so quickly that like just the change of, between like I noticed for myself that I change like 10 weeks out, I'll change from my carbs from like rice to sweet potato because your body can naturally break down sweet potato easier because white rice is actually bleached and, like there's tons of process in it. And it's a grain. So grains are harder and it takes longer. So that's why you feel a lot fuller when you eat them. You feel it, like your stomach bloats when you eat pasta, right? Like that's what you're feeling.
Okay. So you said you're athlete, which means you're a trainer.
Yes.
So when did that start? When you started working at the gym?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got some clients there, and then I decided to do my own thing I started my business, Physiques Reborn, it was the winter of 2020. So it's brand new. And I just decided to do my own thing. I've got a couple in-person clients, but a lot of my people are remote.
Okay. Was it hard you have to get like a certification for that?
Yeah, so you get certified you can get by NASM, you can do ACE, you can do all that stuff. I mean, there are tons of people. It's really not that hard, unfortunately.
That's interesting. So do you think there's a lot of like sketchy trainers out there?
I'm gonna plead the fifth because
you can't say that.
Yeah. There I'm sure there are trainers that shouldn't be trainers, and I'm sure that there are trainers that are overlooked even though they're amazing trainers. That's the bad thing, is everybody's different with the way that they train, the style, and it's all about what if you and your client mesh well.
I see.
So like, I could be somebody who does really well in a group class.
Right.
They're not going to do very well with one-on-one. Like they might, but they're not going to stay interested because they like that group atmosphere. They like that, that movement versus like people like, I have a client that I've had for 3 years. Shout out to Wendy. She has been with me for 3 years. And I mean, she started with me like 240 something pounds and she's down to 170 now.
Oh my goodness.
And she's done it all the right way.
Wow.
And so, I mean, she's crushing it. She wants to compete eventually. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's crazy. She's done like 1,000 marathons. She like does pharmaceutical stuff. She is crazy cool. And she's single, like dudes and girls. I don't know.
Is she into that?
I don't think she is, but if you're nice enough, maybe. She's got like awesome dogs.
All
so
right.
Well, that's a good selling point.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I get you pleaded the fifth on if there's sketchy. There has to be sketchy people.
There's definitely sketchy people. I can't I don't want to. I would never say any names because I have actually, other than my coach, I have never had a trainer. I did all of this on my own.
Okay.
Losing weight, I've never had a nutritionist or anything until I had my coach.
Okay. Well, I guess I would ask, is there if a trainer said something that's a red flag, is there like something that you would suggest to somebody who's looking for a trainer that if somebody says, don't eat for 5 days?
Yeah, definitely don't be with them.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Call me.
But I guess I'm not phrasing it well.
No,
is there like a red flag thing?
Yeah, definitely things to look for. I mean, with trainers, so any big box gym you're going to go to, they're going to have trainers that are trained. But they are also told exactly what to do. So big box gyms, they have their goods and their bads. So I'll give you pros and cons for a lot of things.
Okay.
Like pros, big gyms are awesome because they're everywhere. I've worked for a big box gym and I've worked for a small gym, so I know exactly what that's like. Big box gyms, pros, you don't know anybody. Like people don't know you, so that's kind of nice. Con, things are always missing or they're disgusting or stuff like that. And then another thing with cons is with trainers, you're gonna get these kids that quickly got their certs trying to either think that they're bodybuilding or think that they're hot shit, So, I mean, as a woman in the world, be careful. There are some sketchy men and there are some sketchy women as well training. So if they ask for, okay, I'm gonna need some before and afters. In your before, can you just wear a sports bra and underwear?
Yeah.
No. Hard red flag, no, pass.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, that kind of seems like a reasonable question to somebody
Yes.
like me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to know.
Never ever bathing suit, completely fine.
Mhm.
Any coach or any trainer I've ever met has always been, I always give the option of, hey, whatever you feel comfortable in.
Mhm.
I need to see your stomach. Other than that, like sports bra, shorts, sports bra, I don't care.
Lifting your shirt a
Yeah,
little.
yep,
Okay.
lifting your shirt up. As long as I can see
Right.
because I need to be able to, that's how you tell. Like
yeah.
the scale literally means nothing. And I'm going to repeat this again and again and
Mhm.
again. The scale means nothing. I've looked in my weight loss journey, I've looked completely different at 1,000 different weights.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because your body, you're recompositioning your body, like when you're doing weightlifting or even losing weight,
Okay.
because you're losing fat, you're gaining muscle, or vice versa, or whatever. You're always changing. Your body's always changing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a new client, what is like the first direction or instruction you give them?
So I'll ask for a before and after.
Mhm.
Main thing is always get a first photo, and that's probably the hardest part. People hate taking pictures of themselves,
Right.
and it's awful. I mean, I've taken photos and I hated it. But honestly, like knowing what I know now, especially being 300 pounds before, I wish I had taken more photos because I wish I had more data to give. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I was a size like 26, 28, something like that. I mean, I remember having to, like, back in my day when I was heavy, there was no size 30 or, like,
Wow.
yeah. So I wore sweatpants, like,
Mhm.
and I distinctly remember my father being like, do you want to be one of those women that like can't find clothes? Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
so,
That's hurtful.
well, no, my dad,
That's
bless him,
yeah.
because bless my father, because one, my mom died young.
Okay.
And so I was the only daughter that lived with him. So he had
Mhm.
no idea how to deal with a daughter, let alone a teenage daughter that just lost her mom.
Yeah.
But my dad, all he ever wanted to do was make sure I was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that my dad just didn't, I mean, like, how do you tell your kid, hey, you're overweight, you could
Right.
die.
You
like,
care about them.
yeah, how do you tell them without hurting their feelings?
Right.
Especially me, I am a cancer crybaby. So I am soft and squishy on the inside and hard on the outside.
Right.
So when my dad says that, it makes me sad no matter what.
Aw.
But I mean, like, knowing what I know now as an adult, I can't imagine having to have that conversation with your child.
Yeah, that would be really hard. I don't know how you would handle that.
Yeah, because you love them regardless of what they
Right.
weigh, but
But you don't want them to, have
unhealthy.
diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like have diabetes. Like I was pre-diabetic for sure,
But you never got diabetes.
but I never got it, thankfully.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Did you have any questions, Becca?
yeah. So I had one question was just out of curiosity, do you find are men intimidated by you possibly being more athletic than them, or do you only date athletic men?
I mean, I'm sure there are men out there that are intimidated by someone that does do what I do. I mean, I know people that are intimidated by people who just go to Planet Fitness 5 times a week, I think
I am.
I was gonna say I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of intimidation around the gym because there's just so much knowledge out there, but there's no way to sift through what's right and what's wrong. Everybody's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunately what the fitness industry has become because of, things like Beachbody and stuff like that. No hate to anybody that's lost weight to Beachbody or anything, but I don't know. I decided that I wanted to do it and I didn't care what happened. I was gonna do it no matter what. That was never gonna be an option to not do it. But I think there are men that are probably like that, but I know my
Yeah.
boyfriend loves it. Like my boyfriend is like, put on as much muscle as you want.
Is he athletic too, or?
Yeah, so he competes as well.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
He's a bodybuilder. He actually is the half owner of my business. So he
Oh.
so he does the male portion and I do the females.
That's so cool.
And I mean, we kind of tag team on both
Yeah.
to kind of help out. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds when we do it. We had our very first season this year and we had some really amazing wins. I think we had 11 first places, I think is what my boyfriend said or something like that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, we had an overall. One of my girls won an overall. amazing first show out. So I was really happy for my team.
Yeah, that's
How
great.
many people do you train at a time? Like, what do you have a number you like won't go over?
In person, I only train now. Since I have another full-time job, I only train about 2 or 3 in person. Just because they I've had Wendy for years. I have another. I won't say it older because she'll get mad. I have a younger Spryer, me. Her name's Amy. She's actually, it's funny, we actually have the exact same birth date. Yeah. And she's like so many, I think she could be like, she's like my mom, my second mom.
Aww.
Yeah. So it's really sweet. She was my very first client ever.
The stars aligned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So I'll always train her. I'll always train Wendy. And then I'll pick up a morning client every now and then.
Okay.
If I feel like it. Other than that, I do have a lot of online clients that do really well.
Oh.
I have my client Crystal. She started off with me at like 240, 250. And she had actually lost weight. She was 300. So she had actually done partial of it on her own. And now I've got her down to 208.
That's awesome.
And she's been with me since I think I want to say the last part of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's a marathon runner, and she's just trying to find her way and do things. And I mean, I train a lot of people. I've trained a lot of people in Indianapolis as well. But now it's just kind of like low key. A couple of my clients that do shows are in off seasons right now, so they don't really. I kind of we give them a meal plan, and then they kind of just know exactly what they need to do and what they need to focus on. Because we have that conversation and feedback after shows.
Yeah.
And then I kind of, set them free, let them enjoy for a little bit. They still do check-ins and stuff like that.
I was going to say, do you like text and check-in or phone calls or?
Yeah, we do text and check-ins, email for some people FaceTime.
That's cool.
But normally it's photos just because it's the easiest, and it can be text or email. It really doesn't matter anymore.
So you said you have a full-time job.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with health or fitness.
No.
What is that?
So I actually work for a marketing firm that's based out of Raleigh.
Okay.
It's called Reunion, and they work with small businesses, but they channel mostly toward automotive.
Okay.
So I'm basically a liaison to automotive industries and dealers, people that own dealerships, to help their sales, their marketing, their reputation, all of that stuff.
So you are balancing a full-time job, you have clients, you're running a business.
You're dating.
Yeah.
Someone.
Dating and running a business with the same person.
Living in the bougie downtown life as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Grid.
And then also you have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. That's busy.
One of my questions was, what has been the most mentally challenging part of your health journey?
I think the mentally the taxing part, because especially when I noticed when I went to, what I noticed when I went to bodybuilding was, you're not stage lean forever. So seeing that fat come back on is really hard, especially as a woman, because we come back harder than men. So that's a little taxing, just watching my body yo-yo to different sizes,
right.
Throughout the years. Get a little bit of body dysmorphia with that, I think.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, when I'm competing, when I'm training for a competition, I never feel more myself than I do when I'm in the gym.
So it's rewarding.
Yes.
What has been the most exciting to you opportunity that has come because of your journey?
Oh, okay. I know what you want me to talk about. Okay.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Oh.
I'm curious because it could be, I met this amazing person and we're best friends now. Or it could be, I won this award. It's whatever you think.
Opportunity. So I had the privilege of going to New York City on the dime of Dr. Oz. In 2019. Yeah, this is what I thought you were talking about.
No,
I thought that's what she was playing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, we're transitioning.
Yeah. No, but I totally forgot you told me that. But okay.
Yeah, yes. So I got the opportunity to do that in 2019. and it was an amazing experience. Being able to go out there and do that and just be able to tell my story to as many people as I could was just it was so inspiring to be able to just tell people that like, no matter how far you get, like you can always do better. Like, you know, you can always strive for better. There's no dream that's out of your own limits.
Did they like buy your ticket and stuff?
Yeah.
Did they find you or
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
That's kind of weird.
It was so weird, man. It was so weird. So I was at a fitness retreat, or not a retreat. It was like a fitness marketing, like day thing. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And I got a Facebook like message from the producer.
What?
And they were like, "Hey, I work for Dr. Oz." Da 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 da. I was like, "This is a fucking joke.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
this
like,
isn't
this
real."
is fake.
So I was just like, "What the fuck ever?" And I showed it to my friend that was with me. I was like, "The fuck is this?" Anyway, so then I'm sitting through the speech, and my phone goes off again. So I grab it. I get another message from a different producer. So I'm like, okay, this is clearly a scam. I'm not gonna do this. So I'm like, whatever. So I put it back in my pocket. Go to lunch, and then I go back for the second portion of the day, and then I get an email. And the email is from like the head producer at Dr. Oz, and was like, "Hey, our people are real. Like, please respond to them."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, like, you know," and I didn't believe it until they called me for sure. I was like, "Okay, you know, this is my number. You can call me."
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't believe it until they called me. And then after it happened, this was in September. And then, you know, they were talking about doing it in like 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, you know, like whatever, just let me know the date so I can make sure I have the time. And then I didn't hear anything back. And so I messaged them. They were like, "Hey, we went a different way. I'm not sure. We are going to film it. I'm just not sure when." And I was like, okay, cool. No big deal. So I'm, you know, doing my job. I'm in prep. I'm like 9 weeks out from a show. So I'm deadbeat. Like, I'm already tired. Work 15-hour days at the gym at the time.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
oh yeah, I was crushing life. Like, just I'm so directionally focused. And so they call me out of the blue, and they're like, "Hey, can you come to New York next week?" And I was like, sure.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. What day? And they were like, "Oh, Thursday." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And they asked me some questions, and I was like, "I'm not going to tell anybody about this until I see a ticket because this is still sketchy." And
Yeah.
Well, they'd already kind of canceled or
right, and that's why I was like,
postponed.
okay, I'm not sure, and so I wait, and then I get this email with like all the flight stuff, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to New York. Like, this is a real thing." And so I didn't tell anybody until right I was about to get on stage. I put up a post on my Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, by the way, heading off to New York to be on the Dr. Oz show. See you guys."
That's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Yeah.
Was Dr. Oz nice?
Oh, he was so sweet. And he was actually he's a big Bloomington fan.
What?
Believe it or not. Yeah, he loves IU.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's so
and
interesting.
he takes his wife. He told me that he takes his wife to the strawberry fields down there
Oh,
on their
Aw.
anniversaries. I know. I'm like, that's the cutest thing ever.
So we
That
know
is
where to
cute.
stalk him now.
yeah. I mean,
Perfect.
he also doesn't move from like here down. Like,
Really?
There's no movement.
He has Botox.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he's Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
He's a TV star
Yeah.
and a doctor. He's
And
got Botox.
That whole experience was crazy. Like, you wouldn't imagine how much makeup they put on you. Like,
Really?
I felt like I literally, like, I feel bad
Did it
for
feel
actors.
cakey?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, and like my hair, like it was so like it's bigger than it's ever been. I was like, how'd you do this? Like,
They teased it to the gods.
yeah. Yeah, and
Wow.
they put some like powder in it so it stayed and like
Mhm.
I
Did you not feel like yourself?
no, I felt okay. I was the weird part was they told me, they were like, be ready, be camera ready. So I'm like, I did my own makeup. And then this other lady's like, "Oh, we need to fix this." And I was like, fuck.
You're like, I am a bodybuilder, ma'am.
No.
I do not do makeup.
I was like, I thought I looked nice. Like, I didn't know I did the shadow wrong.
You weren't TV ready.
Right, I was not TV
I don't
ready.
think anybody can be TV ready in your defense though,
Right.
because like you said, they cake that crap
Right,
on. Yeah.
like it was. Oh my God, it was so bad. Like I got total breakout after it.
Oh my gosh.
Did he read from like a teleprompter or
Mhm.
what?
Yeah, he read from a teleprompter. He only had one, and it was actually really weird. So the way they film those, so when you walk out, that's
Mhm.
one scene.
Mm-hmm.
So you walk out, you stand in this like square, and people like clap and like and that's your like reveal. And then they'll be like, okay, now go sit over there, and then gotta wait a minute, gotta wait for Dr. House to get ready, and then he does his spiel, and then we kind of just talked. And like normally, he was telling me after the show, he was like, "Have you ever been on TV before?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "You're really good at it." He was like, "Cause we did that entire thing. If you ever find this, I have a clip. If you guys
I was
ever
gonna
want to see
ask
it,
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we did the entire thing in one take.
Oh,
Wow.
One take. Yeah. So, and he was like, that has never happened before. He was like,
Hmm.
you should pursue TV. And I was like, I don't know about that, but
Thank you, but I don't know.
right. And I was like, but they asked me, they were like, hey, if we get like a good response from it, would you want to do like a panel thing? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm happy to do it. So the producers that worked for that show actually ended up at the Drew Barrymore show.
Oh,
and
wow.
they were telling me that they might have me on there, and I was like, oh, that might be kind of cool.
That'd
So
be awesome.
That
we'll
would be
see what
cool.
happens with that. I would, that would be dope to meet Drew Barrymore.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
for real.
Right.
She's an icon.
Right. So
That is so cool.
that would be the coolest opportunity, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the coolest experience, however, I would say is just like finding the passion for competing. I would have never thought that's something I would ever do. Like the first time somebody ever asked me about it, I was like, you'll never catch me like in a bikini on a stage.
Mhm.
Like that seems so stupid. But I'm a person of structure. I
Right.
crave structure.
Mhm.
And the discipline that it takes and the drive that it takes is something that like just you become addicted to.
Wow.
Well, another thing with competing that which I thought of when you're talking about the crazy makeup that they did on you.
yeah.
Do you have to wear a lot of makeup when you go on
yeah.
stage?
Oh yeah.
Do you do it yourself or does someone do it for you?
I'll pay I pay a makeup artist.
Are there
I'm not camera ready, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Are there
You don't
like,
cake it on.
Uh-uh.
Are there like specific makeup artists for bodybuilding? Or are they just
No, there's just makeup artists in general. Most makeup artists who do bodybuilding will do stage makeup for
okay.
yeah, and that's what they technically call like the makeup that we wear is stage makeup.
Okay.
Because when you get tanned, you only get tanned up to your neck.
Okay.
Because then they'll put makeup on your face to kind of match. They'll go over the men's kind of lightly, but for
Mhm.
us women, since we have to put on like lashes and stuff,
Oh.
they always like just leave our face kind of bare, so that way we can put makeup on to match.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is your tan real when you're
No, so that's spray tanned on. So the night before your show, you get spray tanned,
Mhm.
very heavy. And you're just sitting there naked in the cold.
I've gotten a couple and
It's awful, yeah. But oh my god, it's awful. In Miami, it was so weird. So I didn't know anybody,
Uh-huh.
and in Miami, when you got your tan, you just kind of stood like in a
Naked?
group. Yeah, there's just a group,
No.
just a group of girls of like all of us just standing in front of fans. We were just like chill because you have to like stand like this.
Like cattle.
Yeah, and we were just like, so how's everybody doing, man? And I remember this girl was like, what division are you in? And I was like, women's physique. She was like, oh. I was like, okay, sorry. How about them Colts? I don't know. Like,
Right.
so it's an interesting feel backstage, but yeah, it's very awkward. You just kind of stand there and get dry. Like,
So
really-
there are some pageant girls. It seems like mean pageant
Uh-huh.
girls.
the
Mean
women,
bodybuilder girls.
the women can be catty. I would say even, I don't know about the men because I'm never backstage with the men. So
Right.
I would say they're probably not as bad, but I'm sure they're just as bad as us.
Mm.
But there are some, I mean, you can definitely tell when you're doing a show, the difference between prejudging, which is in the morning where you kind of figure out what place you're in, and
Mhm.
finals at night. There's a different feel.
Yeah.
You get a different feel, especially if you are like doing well.
Okay, that's interesting.
But that's
I would-
not everybody though.
Okay.
That's
There's-
just, I mean, like that's in every sport. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's
that's
anywhere.
everybody.
Every-
Yeah.
everyone
There's those
wants to
catty
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
And
fine. I
people
mean,
who
that's
don't take winning
that's
well.
competition. You know,
Yeah.
like that's what makes it competition. I've never met a bodybuilder that like has been outwardly rude though.
Mhm.
Like
That's good.
there's been healthy competition, I guess is a better term. I would
Yeah.
say you can
Mhm.
tell that there's that like competition feel, but no one's ever been like, you're a bitch or a blah, blah, blah. You know, like
I would hope not.
no, everybody, that's the most incredible thing about a bodybuilding show is it is the most inspiring thing you can go see.
I want to go watch one now.
I know, I do
You
too.
should.
Okay.
The next good one or the next I guess the next natural one is November and then the next big one is May of next year. And that's the Midwest Battle of the Champs.
Well, November is coming up.
Yep. So
Mhm.
that'll be the natural and that is Jesse Dale's show. So that's the natural Indianapolis.
How much are like tickets for something like that?
They're normally they range about 50 to 70 depending on how big the show
Okay.
is.
All right.
That's for morning and night. So like if you
Wow.
want to just see one of the shows, it's like half that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not bad.
Yeah, unless you're going to a big show. If you're going to like a pro show, it's expensive.
Oh, I bet.
I had a question about what you wear.
Yes.
So, do you have to wear a bikini?
Yes. So for different divisions, there are different cuts.
Okay.
So for bikini, there are 4 divisions for women currently.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, 5. They just re-added one in.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. They just
You're
re-added
fine.
one in. So they have bikini.
Mhm.
And those are the
Mhm.
2 pieces that you normally see.
Yeah.
They have wellness now. That's a new one that was added in, and it's kind of like the Brazilian looking girls, big legs,
Okay.
big butt,
Mhm.
small frame up top.
Mm-hmm.
So those ladies will wear 2 pieces.
Okay.
Then you've got figure, which is kind of a little step up from that. So you're gonna have more of an X frame, what they call that. So like a bigger shoulders, bigger back, small little waist, nice legs,
Okay.
but not super conditioned. They want kind of like a softer look. So they'll wear 2-piece, but it like connects in the back. You'll
I
see an
see.
X.
Okay.
And then that's the suit that I wear as well.
Okay.
Same cut. Then I believe bodybuilding has the exact same cut. However, in prejudging, they cannot have jewels on theirs.
Oh.
At the final show, they can, but prejudging, it has to be plain.
Okay. Where do
Yeah.
you get the bikinis?
So
Or
there's
2
a
pieces.
there's a lot of people that actually make them.
Oh.
I got mine by Suits by Amy. A lot of people in Indianapolis use her. I believe her name's Amy Artizone.
Okay.
Great, amazing work. However, it is expensive,
Oh, it
especially
is?
for a girl. Yeah, my suit. I was given discounts because I won a couple shows.
Mm-hmm.
But my suit alone for the 2 pieces of fabric was $1,000.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
That is way more than I thought you were gonna say. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, 200.
I was like thinking 5.
No. Yeah.
Oh
$1,000.
my gosh. Well, I was thinking you would probably get sponsored. I was thinking about pageants because they get sponsored
Yeah.
dresses.
So as a pro, you can become sponsored.
Ah,
And there's tons of sponsored ones out there. I think so there's a pro, her name is Renee Jewett. She is sponsored by Toxic Angel Bikinis. They do a lot of bikini girls bikinis and wellness. There's a ton of different places that you can get it from.
okay. That was my more superficial question.
And you get the shoes from Cirilla's. So
Cirilla's.
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't been there.
my
but
the hooker heels.
The hooker heels.
I know all about it. There's 10,000 billboards in Indiana.
They're
for
getting
Cirilla's.
people are all up in arms in Southport, Indiana. They're building a sex shop right next to a Crackle Barrel, and people are
Oh,
upset.
That'll go
Southport?
great.
Oh, over by Sky Zone?
Yeah, where that old KFC is going to be a sex store now.
Stop.
Yes,
That's
I miss-
crazy.
it needs to go back to a KFC now.
I know.
No, I kind of want to see the geriatrics next to the
I-
porn shop.
Well,
I'm
that's what-
excited for that.
Yeah, people are like, kids eat at Crackle Barrel, and I'm like,
Crackle.
Hey,
but Metro Diner in Greenwood wasn't that like a sex shop too? And I'm like, that's a kid's place. It's fine.
that's fine. No, but like the thing is, like, okay, so in school,
Mhm.
I learned about supply and demand. And if
Mhm.
there is a supply for a porn shop on Southport, then like God forbid it, like
There's
it's
a
there.
demand.
There's some demand for it. Like
Yeah.
there's gonna be a supply.
Well,
Now I know where we can go.
Well, they're probably doing that on purpose because it's the old men over there.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And it's across the street from a Starbucks, and they've got what else they got?
They have
over
a
there?
liquor store right there.
Yep.
So, and it's a fitness place. You used
LA.
to LA Fitness.
Yep.
Yeah.
My dad got kicked out of there, so I had to leave.
Why?
Because I went there in Orange County, and it was at the height of COVID, and he wouldn't wear his mask on a treadmill, and they ended his membership.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So,
I worked for LA.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I worked for LA for a little portion.
Did
up
you
in
like it?
Zionsville. Big box gyms are not for me.
okay.
Mhm.
You like the smaller community.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm now with Planet Fitness, but I don't work out like I should. But
What a Vasa.
Boss.
Vasa. Is
Yeah,
that what it is?
Vasa,
I
yeah,
don't
Vasa.
even know.
Well, so for somebody like me, if I said I'm ready to start getting ready to compete, what would you say to me?
I would say we have to start. We gotta start walking first.
Walking.
We have to start walking first.
You're trying to run.
Right, you're trying to run really fast, and I mean, I would be if you came to me, I would be completely honest, especially after talking about like you told me some of the things you do and don't do.
Mhm.
I'd be completely honest with you. I'd be like, this is competing is a commitment. It's a
Right.
life. Like it is
Mhm.
generally a lifestyle that you
Mhm.
are committing to for at least 6 months.
So it's not for the faint of heart.
No, only I think like 1% of the population can only do this.
I mean, from what
Wow.
you've told
Yeah.
me, I'm like, the biggest part for me would be the diet, because
It's always diet.
how do you avoid PSLs? How do you avoid?
Oh man, that was rough. My first prep, they released the PSLs, and I was just like, oh,
You couldn't have one?
no. I mean, it's all I couldn't have it.
Not one single one.
No,
Wow.
no.
I need
be
a
hard
grace
for you.
period.
So like some people will get like cheats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I am predisposed to being a little chunky.
Mhm.
It's the way I like it. That's cool. I'm fine with it. However, it makes it really hard to lose weight. So PSLs, I did not get cheats like some other athletes do.
All right.
Oh.
But it's my body. It's your genetics.
Yeah.
That's another thing that plays into this is like to be a competitive bodybuilder, like a real bodybuilder, if you, like Olympian bodybuilders, genetics plays a huge part in it as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like, cause I mean, you can only transform your body so much with
Mhm.
weights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have something?
Yeah, I was going to ask, what advice would you give to someone who's struggling with their weight or is interested, maybe not in bodybuilding, but just becoming healthier and they're struggling to take that first step?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, remember that's how I got my start. My very first thing I did, honestly, I didn't focus on anything. Like I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym 4 times, but I didn't make it a priority. I was like, if I don't want to go yet, I don't want to go. I just simply cut out bullshit. Like I didn't need pop. I didn't need Gatorades. I didn't need all that crap. Like water's just as good.
It's better for you.
Right. And then I cut my portion sizes.
Yeah.
I stopped eating as much. I stopped when I felt full
Mm-hmm.
instead of just finishing what was on my plate as, we were all taught as kids.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's learning that discipline of being like, I don't have to have that because that's still gonna, if I want it, I can have it.
Yeah.
It's the process of telling yourself that you can't have it is why you want it so bad. It's all very brain focused. Like
Right.
it's all a mindset. That's exactly what this like it is a lifestyle change. Like even just losing weight, it's a complete lifestyle change because you are making choices to make yourself healthier, to become better, or to live longer, or to have kids, or whatever the process may be.
Yeah.
I really enjoy sugary drinks, but I find it pretty easy to cut them out if I genuinely try. So maybe, like you said, maybe that would be a good place to start.
Yeah. Just
At
by
least
sugary
with that.
drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no pop. You can find teas that are good.
I mean, honestly, like even using, some of those sparkling waters have like the aspartame in them or whatever. But,
Yeah.
and then you'll meet some trainers that are with pops, like they allow their clients to have them, and I don't mind if my clients have them. It's just, why would you continue to put something in your body that isn't helping.
Right.
Like, especially if you're already feeling,
Yeah.
you know, the way you are.
I feel like I'd rather waste my calories on some
food,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, that's what I've always said
So-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started my weight loss journey when I was 19, and when I turned 21, I mean, like, I was okay. Like, I didn't do the party. Like, I went and partied, but I was always the DD because, like, I would rather eat my food than drink
That's
it.
what I've always said too. Is with alcohol, it's not healthy.
Right.
I don't need
It's
another.
It's literally poison for your body.
Yeah, I don't need another addiction. I would rather eat my food, and then I'd rather save my money because
Right.
alcohol is so expensive.
Oh, so expensive.
You want to eat your food.
I want to use the calories for food. There we go.
She would rather consume them via food.
Yes,
Not drink. Okay.
I'd rather eat some Oreos.
Via Kilroy's breadsticks.
Oh, I
my-
do love Kilroy's breadsticks.
See?
I just had their blue cheese like burger breadstick or something. It was.
Is it good?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
I don't like the word blue cheese.
Blue cheese is so good.
Blue cheese is good. It just looks weird.
Yeah, you
It
can't.
freaks me out.
You
I
can't
can't
think
look at
about
it.
it.
If
Yeah, I
it's
can't
called
look at
blue cheese, I don't want it.
And it actually is blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's extra moldy.
Yeah.
Yum.
What are some of your gym pet peeves?
I don't know one lifter, bodybuilder or not, who won't say this. Re-racking your weights. Re-rack your fucking weights.
What is that?
Where
Just
you
take them
leave
off
them on the ground.
Put them back where they fucking belong.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot stand. So re-racking is when you put the weight back. They put it back on the rack, essentially. So you'll get people like, this is probably one of the biggest pet peeves I've learned working in gyms is that people will leave. I remember when I worked at LA Fitness in Zionsville, this guy used to leave 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds on this leg press.
That is really
every day,
much.
every morning.
I'd be
Every
like,
morning.
"Sir."
And nobody else was going to lift off, 10, whatever, 45-pound weights or
That's
however many
crazy.
it was. So, like, re-rack your fucking weights.
Yeah, that's-
because
Yeah.
I've
Consider it.
seen, and not to mention, like, what if you were there? Like, you're not going to take off, firstly, you're not going to take off 10, let alone, like, that's not safe for you.
No,
That is
that
a
would hurt.
huge pet peeve.
Okay.
Yeah, re-rack your weights. Like, just be generous. Clean your shit off. Like,
That drives me crazy at Planet Fitness because I can't tell if someone's using the machine or not, and I'm too awkward to start using it, so I just walk away.
like when they have their stuff there.
Yeah, because like the weights are on there, and I'm looking around, and there's no one there.
Honestly,
It
if
still
there's
looks sweaty.
yeah, if it looks
Ew.
sweaty, don't touch it. But if it looks like it's been wiped down, because you can kind of tell when people wipe it down like
Yeah.
leisurely and like leave that streak.
Mhm.
But yeah, if it looks sweaty, don't fucking get on it.
Don't-
No,
yeah.
that's nasty.
One of my last questions for you was what kind of music is your favorite to listen to when you're lifting weights?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Or do you just listen to all kinds of stuff?
It depends. Honestly, it depends on the lift
Or is
and
it
my mood.
podcasts?
I can't say I've listened to podcasts during lifting. I do know people that do and find it very relaxing. I can't. I need beat to be able to like move around.
I understand that.
I would say it's a mix of rap and rock, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the beat of rap, but sometimes it just drones on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like metal, I like stuff like that. But I do like all types of music. Sometimes I'm feeling, Tay Swift when
I
I'm
do
lifting.
love some T Swift.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite band is Coldplay. I know I'm gonna get a lot of haters for
I
that, but
love Coldplay.
thank you.
They're so good.
Right? I've seen them 10-ish times, I think.
Wow. You're a fan.
Huge fan. I
Big
went
fan.
to New York City to see him in Central Park, and I saw Beyonce there too. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Best day of
She's
my
in
life.
the Illuminati.
Well, duh. Like, everybody knew that. I knew that years ago. Blue's already in it as well.
Yeah.
Who?
Blue
Her daughter-
Ivy.
her
You
daughter.
said,
Oh.
didn't you say like
Blue Ivy stands for born something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There's a whole conspiracy that her name is like born for the Illuminati or
Oh,
something.
I believe it.
Yeah.
She's gonna take it over.
Mhm.
But I can't even. If there anybody in here, Oprah owns like ninjas and stuff. So Beyonce, if you're listening, like, I love you. Okay.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Right.
You might be in the Illuminati, but that doesn't change
I love
our
the hell
love.
out of you.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, you shouldn't have done what you did, but I still like you too.
Right.
Love Jay-Z.
Right.
What were you
yeah.
saying?
What were we talking about? Oh,
Music.
Music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to a little bit of everything. Like
Okay.
Coldplay. I saw them in New York, and then I actually saw them in Chicago in 2017.
I saw them there too.
Really? Oh my God. So when I picked the seats, I didn't take into account of the B stage. I know that they always have a B stage. I'm like, okay, so I got my seats. I get there and I'm literally 10 feet from the B stage. And I was like, I told my friend that I was with, I was like, oh my God, that's the B stage. And they were like, no. I was like, I fucking swear to you, it's the B stage. I've been to a ton of Coldplay concerts.
I don't even know what that means.
Like where they
They're
go.
separate stage. Remember how they go into the crowd and they'll sing?
Okay.
I was like 10 feet. I was 10 feet from them, like freaked out.
near Chris Martin.
Oh yeah, I flipped out. I will show you pictures. Like I freaked out.
I would have.
I would have too.
My friend literally had to pull me back because I probably would have went to jail. Like not to be mean, but like I fucking love you, and
Yeah.
I wanna like tell you I love you.
yeah, that's all.
All of them. All of them.
I
You're
think-
not picky. It
No.
doesn't matter which
No,
one.
I love them all. Johnny, Will,
I don't know their names.
Guy, and then Chris.
Wow, you are a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know their name was originally Starfish?
No,
Yeah, back in London.
I'm glad they went with Coldplay.
Yeah, they switched that up. Thank God.
I don't think they would have made it if it was.
But yes, I'm a super fan. I got a ticket off of that question off the radio back in like 2016 or something.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
10 times.
Yep.
Well, that's a good fun fact about you.
You
Well,
know.
since you like music, we had this debate a couple weeks ago: Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber.
I am a J-Tim fan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I
was
knew
J-Tim. She was
gonna say
I didn't
that.
well, I didn't
Uh-huh.
like Bieber. I didn't like Bieber younger. I will say his song with Quavo really changed the game for me.
Mhm.
I love Quavo, so
I like Quavo.
yeah, big fan. And his song Peaches, I'm for it. Like
Yes.
I haven't listened to the whole album because I've heard some mixed reviews about it that I don't know if I want to like get into, but
Mhm.
Peaches I can get. I can get with it.
Have
Okay.
you listened to Donda
Don't
by Kanye? His new
Oh
album?
no, I haven't
No.
I haven't listened to his new album yet.
Oh.
I heard it's pretty preachy.
Yeah, it's. I haven't gotten all the way through it, but
I need
I-
to listen to it.
I honestly, it makes me sad. I haven't been a big Kanye fan since
Mhm.
like.
he's crazy.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem is and this is what the problem with all great musicians is they're insane.
Yeah.
Like he's literally insane, but musically he's so talented.
Mhm.
yeah.
It blows my mind.
It is interesting the
Mhm.
dichotomy of that.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce for that matter.
Is it-
Like they all have. I mean, think about Solange's like freak out in the elevator those years ago. Like that was
Mhm.
all because of all of that. This was a whole play.
Yeah, I like watching him take the microphone from Taylor Swift.
I
Every
know.
Oh, Kanye.
That was terrible.
That was funniest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have
man,
any
that was
last
great.
questions, Becca?
Well, we asked all of our guests, what's your go-to coffee order?
Ooh. So my go-to is normally a blonde vanilla latte,
Okay.
sugar-free, with almond milk.
Okay.
Sometimes coconut if I'm
Mhm.
feeling fancy.
Hot.
Yes.
Or, okay.
However, I do like cold drinks. I'm pretty basic when it comes to cold. I do just iced coffee with some vanilla.
That's good.
Yeah.
You need to go visit Maddie. She'll buy
She
you
did.
a coffee.
I know,
Oh, you
I have,
did?
yeah.
Okay.
I actually went not for myself that day. My friend AJ, she actually competes as well. She competes
wow.
in what's called fitness. It's where they get to do like cool like gymnastic stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so she does pole dancing, like she's
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
She's awesome.
I want to try pole dancing.
Her-
We should take a class.
Yeah, I'll introduce you.
Okay.
AJ's awesome. Her boyfriend owns Herculean Meals
Oh.
here in Indianapolis. Shout out if you guys need some prep food.
Okay.
It's really good. But yeah, so she does fitness and everything. Anyway, so she and Ben had COVID, and they were
Aw.
like,
Oh, no.
Ben's like plane was separate from hers, so he got in later, and she
Mhm.
was there all by herself, and she had just gotten like her shoulder work done.
Oh, my gosh.
She had to like have surgery on her arm because of how hard like fitness is on your body.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Do you need me to bring anything?" She was like, "Maybe some Kleenex and like 2 coffees from
Bovacante.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, I got you." And
There
then
you
I
go.
walked in and I was like, "Hey."
It was perfect timing. And
Yes.
Josh, who is Rachel and mine's mutual friend, and he's super buff. What does he do? I don't really know.
He owns Jailbird and Thunderbird.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Has he competed? Do you know?
No, so he and I have actually competed in powerlifting meet together.
Okay.
We competed together for our team. We had a team of 8 people for that powerlifting meet, and that was in 2017 after my first show.
Oh wow, you've known him a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I'm 2018. I'm sorry, not 2017. And yeah, because he started working out at the gym, and we became really good friends.
Yeah,
He's an amazing dude.
He's super sweet.
He was going to compete, however, he life sometimes gets to you, and
Right.
especially when you're owning your own businesses and stuff. Like I can't imagine, and COVID and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually he'll compete. I think he just likes to lift weights right now, but I'm gonna try to get him on stage. So
Yeah. He said he'll come on the podcast. So
Yeah, we have to have
he's
him on,
fun.
too.
He is a blast.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
He knows like knowledge about stuff that like why would you know, but he knows it,
Hey,
and it's cool.
we're here for that.
Yeah, it's cool,
Yeah.
and he's got a cute puppy.
I know, and its
even
name
better.
is Yummy.
Mhm.
Aww.
Yeah.
All right, and then what's our last question?
How?
What's the most basic thing about you?
Yeah.
Like, what makes you
Oh.
a basic bee?
What makes me a basic bee is I love Halloween.
Oh, that's a
good
good one.
I love
yeah.
Halloween and Halloween Town and
Yes.
all of the good things that come with fall, pumpkins, pumpkin patches, all of it. I'm as basic as they come.
So fall's your favorite season.
Fall is my favorite season, and don't let this brunette hair fool you. I'm actually a blonde.
What?
Wow.
I'm shook.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. Well, thank you for coming on.
absolutely.
Yes, it was such a joy.
Mhm.
Do you have a misconnection?
No, but I can get one real quick.
Well, okay. Well, I'll think of some more questions for Rachel. Okay, so you made lots of friends through this sport, right?
Oh yeah, tons of friends.
Like a handful, or do you have connections all over the
I mean,
country?
I've got friends all over the United States from competing. Some people I don't know, some people I do.
Right.
There's a girl, her name's Maya. She lives in Texas. Shout out to her. She actually works with Liv Roth and Hunter Labrada, who is a Olympian.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So she is out there in Texas living her best life. And she used to be really heavy like me, and we just connected on that,
Oh my
became
gosh.
best friends. We write each other letters and stuff.
Aw.
And same thing with, there are tons of girls I know across
Yeah.
just from Instagram, meeting girls on Instagram, competing, going down to Miami. One of the biggest rising stars in women's physique, Rachel McDaniels. She goes by the real Lois Lane on Instagram.
Okay.
She's big in the industry right now, works with Kai Green, like all the big names.
the
but
real Lois Lane.
yes, she's super cool looking. She's got a very interesting look, super cool tattoos.
You know her?
Well, we actually competed together in Miami.
Oh my gosh.
And she didn't go pro. She was in the class below me. She was in class A and I was in class B.
Wow.
And so like, I don't know her personally, but it's just like you get to know these people like through other people. And it becomes this really cool community of like people you know across the world. Like one of my friends, Charlie, she does bikini. She lives out in North Carolina.
Wow.
I got friends all
What
over.
about LA? You had an LA friend?
Yeah, my friend Tremaine, she lives in LA. She's not into fitness. She works
Oh,
for Warner Brothers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
You're
she
just all over
actually-
the place.
Yeah, she actually just finished up the show Mom, the sitcom Mom with Anna Faris.
I love Anna Faris.
Yeah, they just wrapped up. So she's currently in the middle of doing 2 projects, one of them for HBO.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she's my bestie. I've known her
That's cool.
forever. So
I feel
Wow.
honored that you're here with me.
Yes.
of course, I'm just one of those people that has a friend that knows somebody.
Yeah.
So if you ever need anything, I know somebody that knows
well,
somebody.
you're definitely an extrovert. Like you came up to us in Target. You were like, "How can I help you get your Instagram picture?"
Right.
I know
We
what
were
it's
struggling.
like. I know what it's like. I was there getting decorations myself. You saw it.
It was so sweet.
Mhm.
I spent $600 that I shouldn't have.
Oh gosh.
It's hard not to spend money at Target.
I cut myself at 300 and then I somehow ended up at 6 and I was at the, when you're already there and they checked you out, it's embarrassing.
You
You
can't-
can't say no.
you
Yeah.
can just return it later.
I know. So I was like, oh, I'll just swipe it. But then I kept all the stuff. So
Oh.
whatever. It's fine. I got a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just money.
That's what, honestly, like
You can't.
student loans, whatever. I don't care.
Come on, Daddy Biden. Pay those off.
Right? Help me out, man. Do something.
All right. So Becca's going to read us a misconnection. Do you know what that is?
No.
So it's a listing on Craigslist, and it's basically kind of usually creepy people saying, "Hey, I saw you at this gas station wearing green.
Ooh.
Please hit me up so we can go on a date."
Yeah. Okay. This one's in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Looking for a guy who let me play the flute.
Ew.
I think we
Well,
know.
I was gonna say, I think we know what that one was.
Okay. You helped this dude play the flute. Looking to again. Let me practice in my GH. I don't know what GH stands
My
for.
GH.
I thought GH stand for Guitar Hero.
Guitar.
Is that a car?
I don't know.
Not that I know of.
Huh.
I was like grandma's house.
Do we-
I don't know what
do we-
GH stands
Do
for.
we Urban Dictionary that? Should we?
Well, let me see.
I was about to
Let's
say, it depends on what it is, I suppose.
Becca's our Google.
Yeah, I don't know. GH. It's not a car.
Yeah, so the acronym is General Hospital, Ghana, Growth Hormone, Guitar Hero.
I
Let me
like Ghana.
Let me
How
do
about Ghana?
Urban Dictionary.
God.
I don't
Isn't
think
that
it's-
like an African country?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does GH stand for sexually? Here we
Oh,
go.
boy.
Gonorrhea.
Good half.
Good half?
Let me
Okay.
practice in my good half.
I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah, I
No.
don't know. That must be some slang for
Yeah.
that for LA, Las Vegas.
Yes. But yeah, so if you're in Las Vegas and you want to help a guy tune his flute or blow his flute, I don't know.
Tune his flute.
You got to tune it first, I guess.
Clean it out.
You know, you could have read that from any other state and I wouldn't have believed you, but Vegas, I believe it.
Right?
I've been
It's
wanting to
very
go back
interesting.
there.
I've
You
never
should
been.
compete in Vegas.
Yeah, they actually have competitions.
I'm sure.
That's where the Olympia used to be. They actually moved it to Orlando last year.
Lots of Florida
They're
action.
moving. Well, it's because of COVID. A lot of places can't
Oh,
have
yeah.
that, and Florida's like living
Open.
wild.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
that's kind of what happened last year. But so I'm not sure where the Olympia is going to be this year.
Oh.
But it used to be at Vegas all the time, and that was a big deal when it came out.
Mhm.
It was like September-ish, so it'd be around this time. Now it's not until I think there's like 3 weeks left.
Oh.
If you if you want to watch the Olympia, Josh always buys it at Jailbird
Oh.
on pay-per-view, so you can watch it.
Oh.
So we can go to Jailbird.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
it's a
That's a good
Saturday,
idea.
a Friday and a Saturday. It's 2 day. Well, it depends on what you want to watch, but it's 2-day event. Finals are on Saturday. You can watch all of the female bodybuilders, the big chicks, the women's physique. You can watch all of them. You can watch the men's bodybuilding. Chris Bumstead.
Okay.
He's a cutie patootie. My boyfriend Dan knows Derek Lunsford, so good luck in the 212s, Derek Lunsford.
He needs to listen to this.
Yes.
Yep. I'll get him to listen in because I
I
talked
can't
about
wait.
him.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you need to plug your Instagram or whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where can people follow you at?
Yeah, so you can follow me at Heffner, HEFFNER 365. That's my personal,
Mm-hmm.
like Hugh Hefner. It's
Oh,
the best
yeah.
one. Yeah,
Are
he
you
had one
related?
F, but no,
Oh.
I don't think so. If I am, I'm missing out on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then my business page is Physiques Reborn.
If they want to reach out to work with you.
Yep. Well, you can also email me at Rachael@physiquesreborn.com.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You were awesome.
I loved it.
Are you
Yes.
guys ready to do your workout now?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So we're gonna do.
I've been doing my Coke workout.
Yeah, you got to cut out those sugary drinks.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for listening. I guess we'll see you next week, and thank you so much to Rachel.
Mhm.
Till next time, bees.
Bye, bees.
Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Basic Bee Podcast. Make sure to follow the Basic Bees on Instagram at basicbpod or watch the video podcast on YouTube. And always remember, live, laugh, love.
So bikini from the front it's all about your glutes. So here, you're gonna force all your weight on the hip up there. Foot that way, yep. Force all that weight so that glute comes out. So you're gonna force rotate, yep. You're gonna rotate and then arm out. You're gonna straighten out. So focus here, start here first. Okay, you're gonna rotate this, don't rotate Don't rotate your hips. Yeah, there you go.
I see what you're saying.
And then arm leg loose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Loose, make it loose. Wow.
So you're here. Now you have to transition to the back. So they'll say ladies face the curtain. So you'll do something like this to transition. Move your foot. Here. Here. And then it's literally butt out and then back straight up. So you're literally making an S with your brain. Yeah.
Like for TikTok.
Yeah.
All right.
Go, go, go. Yeah.
Okay.
Come
Ready?
on, all right, let's do a pull up. Come on, at least try. Come on, don't use the back.
She's swinging. Go.
Whoever goes the fastest gets a Starbucks gift card.
Okay. I'm working for that PS.
It'd be like this, and then
Kind of push them together, huh?
yeah, because you're showing off your like split. Toe out. Now hands forward, just one over the other, doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're gonna push them kind of like underneath your boobs a little bit, and then here, and then you're gonna rotate just your top. Yeah, there you go. But straighten that front leg out. Straighten that front leg out.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, there you go. That's a side chest.
Can I get buff?
You could get buff. You could get buff.
Anyone can get buff.
Everybody can get buff.